Tracking some severe weather across southwest Montana. I want to point your attention to the radar because we do have a severe thunderstorm warning. Now, this does include parts of Beaverhead and Madison County there, and we're going to stop the radar real quick just to show you which areas will be affected. Now, I'm a little concerned up here by Ennis. You can see this cell right there. It's pushing to the northeast at about 30 miles per hour, and it will arrive in Ennis by about 3:54. Right now, we have 1-inch hail or quarter-sized hail. Tracking some severe thunderstorms across southwest Montana. Right now, I'm primarily concerned about Madison County. Well off to the north of Ennis, we do have a couple of severe storms we do need to get right to. I'm going to zoom in here real fast, and you can see this storm is moving to the northeast at 35 miles per hour. And if this holds together, that's a big if, it could arrive in Three Forks by 3:38. But you do need to be on alert as well if you are in Amsterdam and Manhattan. Again, the primary risk with this storm are 60-mile-an-hour winds and nickel-sized hail. That is enough to do damage. So please get indoors if you are in that red path there you see on the screen. And here's some of the hail. Right now, the main hail core is to the south of Harrison. It's not large right now, but it is coming down in very large amounts, and that severe thunderstorm watch will continue through 7 o'clock. We'll continue to keep you updated here from the Storm Tracker Weather. Now, we're going to put on the hail tracker real quick just to show you what's going on. Again, radar indicated 1/2 inch to about 1 inch hail. So if you are north of Interstate 15 and Interstate 90, you're going to want to get indoors right now because this is not something you want to be outside in. See, they are approaching the city of Butte. Now, we have had reports of some ping pong ball sized hail, which of course is enough to do some damage. Also, lots of cloud to ground lightning. We're still to the south of Butte at this point, but as we go through the next hour or so, it's going to start to approach the mining city, and we could see some severe weather. So if you are in the path of this storm, you're going to certainly want to get to your safe spot, get away from outside windows and, of course, outside fences and everything like that. And here are the current tracks on this storm. Again, it's moving off to the northeast at about 20 miles per hour, and it will arrive in Silverbow by 5:03 and 5:25 for the mining city. The most dangerous part of this storm is here where you see the pinks and the purples. That's where you see the highest probability of seeing some of that hail. And then just to the north of the mining city as well. If you are in Boulder, you're going to want to listen to this. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning. It should pass to the west of Boulder. It's going to start pushing northeast off to the mining city here in the next hour or so, and this is another one of those storms that is producing damaging winds of about 60. Let's go ahead and zoom in to the storm we're watching. You can see it's just to the south of Interstate 90 from Three Forks down to Belgrade, and it's pushing into the area as we speak. Again, this is until 3:45. So if you are in the path of this thing, or if you are in Bozeman, it's not going to hit Bozeman, but if you are planning on driving over to Three Forks, you're going to want to wait a while because this storm, it's right on top of Interstate 90. Radar just to the south and to the west of Gallatin Gateway. We're going to watch this very carefully. I do want to put a track on this real quick, and you can see it's right on top of Gateway right now, and it will be arriving in Bozeman by about 6:03. And the main concerns with this storm are the gusty winds and some small hail. So if you are in the path of this thing, you do need to get indoors, get to a sturdy shelter far away from windows, and just let this storm pass. And here's the hail tracker. You can see still small hail. This is not a severe thunderstorm or anything like that. But for Gallatin Gateway and Bozeman, we do see the potential for some pea to dime-sized hail here in the next 30 minutes. Not something you want to be outside in.
Well, it was kind of a wacky weather day out there, so we'll check in with our meteorologist, Carson Vickroy, for a first check on your weather.
Yeah, and it's still wacky out there right now. I mean, we look at Doppler radar. I do want to get right to this. East of the Divide, we still have a few storms out there. Not as much activity for Butte, but I do want to zoom into one storm in, or at least near the Bozeman area. Most of it is still to the west of Highway 191, but if you are in Gallatin Gateway or Bozeman here in the next 30 minutes, you want to get into a sturdy building, get away from windows because we could have a little bit of hail, gusty winds, and of course lots of cloud to ground lightning. And we had an earthquake about 3 kilometers to the northwest of Manhattan. Now the good news is, as of right now, we have not seen any reports of damage or injuries.